Hello, this is Greg Allison from Green Greg's Garden and Worm Farm, coming to you on the 13th of September. I'm going to feed my turmeric, albeit several weeks late. Should have been done much earlier. Turmeric is like corn, it's a heavy feeder. And I haven't fed this at all this year. So what I've got me here is some rainwater, it's been collecting, and some worm tea. And what I'm going to do is put some fish emulsion in. Now fish emulsion, typically about 3 to 4 tablespoons per gallon. Since I'm mixing about 5 gallon, I would assume that each of these caps is about 2 tablespoons. I've got to pop that top, right? This is stinky stuff. Guaranteed to be really stinky stuff. So I'm not going to cap it with my pocket knife or anything. I don't want to handle it directly if I can avoid it. So I'm just going to punch it with this steak. I'll pour some in here. It should be about 2 tablespoons worth. All right, I'll put it in this water. 2. Doing 5 gallons, so I should do, I use about 4 of these per gallon, so you could eyeball this too, you know. That's for a gallon. I did it a few more times. Oops. It's hard to do everything one-handed and shoot a video, right? That's real smart. I got a little beaker or something out here and done this. Two more times of that. About 3 more actually. Some good fish emulsion here. Actually, I think sometimes I just eyeball it and pour it in. Don't hurt anything. It's just fish emulsion. It's not going to burn your plants up. If I'm handling my fingers, you don't have stinky fingers now. That stuff stinks. It smells worse than worm tea. Worm tea don't smell that bad compared to this stuff. Be sure you shake the bottle up before you start using it, though. I'll do about 1 more and we're done. So why am I doing this again? This it's kind of like where the Pilgrims put fish under the corn stalks for the settler. When they went to Plymouth, you know, the Indians taught them that, right? The Indians taught them to put some of this fish stuff off. Oh, it's just steak now. Straight. In a little water tea. I'm just going to use this. Try to pour it on. Now, got a potent blend of worm tea and fish emulsion. It's a little late for feeding, but that definitely is not going to hurt. Now, I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to pour it among the turmeric plants. It's going to take me few buckets of this and make it go, and I got some down below to do too. This is what you like to see on your turmeric, a big bloom. Alright, Bo. Alright, Bo. See a big bloom. That's what you like to see on your turmeric plants. To give you an idea, it's not quite shoulder high. This is one of my taller plants. Hopefully they'll all be blooming a lot better. And I just take, again, something to dip with, and dip a little bit at a time rather than trying to pour it straight out of the bucket. It's easier to do it like this. This water's a little dirty. Don't hurt anything. So I'm just going to get real wet all around these plants. I can see turmeric root down in there. As y'all might remember, this is some of the turmeric that we planted in this cloth. That cloth has had mixed results here. Some of it's got tore up. This is supposed to have been a 5-year cloth. I think it's more been at risk from the people handling it than it has been from Mother Nature. So you can see the roots down in there starting to come up. There's root balls. And that's the roots of the turmeric. That is a good part. Now, I've done a lot of videos on this turmeric. Done a lot of videos on And a frog jumped. I've done a lot of videos on planting and harvesting it. And so this is already making. So this ain't gonna go too awful far. You see some root down in there sticking up. And she's growing. Throw that over there. These roots are making it. So then you just take this and transport the whole thing. So you don't have to manhandle so much at one time. Just makes it work a little easier. All these stakes are here because I did have a previous video. You may find I was growing squash here. And I covered it up with wire mesh. And these are tent stakes to kind of hold the wire mesh in place. I'm not feeding a whole awful lot of this. Now, I should have done this back in the summer, maybe a couple times already. This might be alright for our last late feeding. It would have been a lot better if I'd have done this earlier in the year. Anyway, get the idea of what I'm doing here. Just trying to get my turmeric fed before all the storms get here. I threw some loose, I'll show you around a little bit real quick. I did throw some loose green seeds here among that bare there on that hillside. Might pop something up. See my turmeric. Got some peppers growing here. Someone's been eating on them. Haven't sprayed worm tea on to stop the worms. Unfortunately, that vine's dead. I just planted beets in here. Here's my squash. I saw the video where it's planting squash. Yeah, it might have a chance of making it. You know, this was an experiment. I really planted it just past, you know, what they said was the time to plant it. But I got a good chance of making some. You see these little things? These are briars. I got stuff planted here too, but those are briars. A certain kind of briar. Pull all those up. Yeah, they got some sticky thorns on them. You know me. I like to pull everything up with I'm not a glove man. It's not my style. But I'm going to show you around a little bit. So what that briar looks like, it starts growing into something like that. Then it grows into a plant like that. Then it starts looking like that. I'm going to leave those ones. I'm going to show them to somebody else here. Here is some 7-top. And I just hand scattered it. You can see where the hands landed. Handfuls. I'm going to have to go through and pick it out. Cardidocs come up in here. But I do have in here collards. Collards are planted there. I'll have to thin them out a little bit too. The collards are coming up pretty nice. And I got some peas coming up in here. Oh, peas. The ones that's coming up are looking pretty robust. Look at that. They might make it. Again, they're planted a little bit after season. Gotta get here and pull some of this stuff up. I'm not gonna do it at the moment in the video. This should be a good microclimate right here. Up against all these trees. And this big hole here. Stuff doesn't freeze as fast back here as it does in the wide open fields. Frost is not as bad. We'll make some lemonade that Red Shoe make some great lemonade. And I do have elderberry right here. Oh, this elderberry didn't bear so much. And you gotta be careful here. I got a ditch over here. That's my drainage ditch from my big hole back here. I got a wall of dirt there I'm gonna have to move one day. So I got a lot of work to do out here. A lot of work to do. Interesting. Now I see what's happening in my black magic markers. Look at that. Little critters are coming and grabbing my stuff and taking it off. I bet a raccoon did that. Interesting. I'm going to show it to somebody. He thought somebody else was grabbing this stuff. Interesting. Interesting. That's elderberry. I'm going to have to trim them back so I can get under here better. The elderberry, blackberry, all kind of stuff going on there. I'll probably cut all that off and maybe put a arch over this and put grapes on because it's so well drained. It'll be an excellent place to grow grapes. Over that ditch right there on either side. I might put a walking grate. I've actually got concrete poured on each side on the bottom that put blocks up from to build a retaining wall to keep that ditch in. But she's still in pretty good right now. Anyway, just the update, garden update, and showing you my watering of the turmeric. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. I'll probably plant this later, show this later in the week. Hey, you can still plant greens. I'm out here planting greens. Go to True Leaf Market, great source for seeds. True Leaf Market is, you can buy all the seeds you need for growing inside and outdoors. If you want to grow microgreens or sprouts, you can get them there and the growing supplies. So help my channel if you click the links below for that. And you really need to stock up seeds now for next year. I don't know what's going to happen next year. Next year is hard to predict. So I'd say get them now. Get enough for you and your neighbors too. So your neighbors aren't trying to eat what you're growing. I should have come back here for my poke salad video where I got this bigger plant, right? Look at this giant instead of the one by my persimmon tree. And we'll do a video on persimmons and other things to come. But you know me, I'm always trying to show you a little bit about how to grow things. How to do it all organically. Fish emulsion's good. I could use the aquaponics, water from aquaponics system the same way. Yeah, I got aquaponics in that greenhouse. We're going to do more videos on that in the future. And that garden down there needs some work. It's a lot of work, guys. I got a day job. I work about 10 hours a day during the day. And then I have to spend a lot of my time on weekends fetching. I try to hire a little help to help me out back here, but I only get it in bits and pieces. So, help me out by subscribing to my channel, checking the links below to True Leaf Market, buy seeds, get them now. And ladies and gentlemen, you need to store food. We got specials right now with prepwithgreg.com, $100 off, a 4-week supply of food. Right now you can get it for, you know, $197 and some change. That may go up by the time you look at it. I mean, food prices are about to skyrocket. Get things when you get them cheap. 25-year long-term storage, 4-week supply for a person, $100 off. Excellent deal. 3 weeks, 3 meals a day, 2,000 calories per day. Check it out. Anyway, thank y'all for watching.